Braydin Darskii.
Tell me a story. Trusting in God is like shoving on a rock. Anyway, me and Sakura go way back, and I was not expecting to bump into her that night. There's some get together in Portland, like one of the last places I'd expect to bump into her. I'd expect her down in California or maybe up in Washington, and rarely in Oregon, let alone in Portland. So anyway, as soon as I walked in the door, she's like, Austin! Sakura? What are you doing here? What are you doing here? And I was like, and, how have you been? What's new? All that good stuff. And it didn't take long for her to open up about, like, all the good things God was doing for her in her life. She was just on such a high on God, high on life. She was just glowing sunshine and puking rainbows, and God's so great, life's so great. And I was just like, okay, hold on, pause. We are soup. And when you stir somebody's pot, you don't know what's going to float to the surface. And before I bumped into Sakura that night, I was struggling, but I thought I was okay with my struggle at that time. Like, I was hating God, hating life, but at that moment, I thought I was at a relatively okay place with my struggle. I thought, it's life, it's hard, but God's going to get me through. So anyway, back to this moment where she's just like, and I was getting so angry and frustrated because I'm like, hold on, we believe in the same God. Does God love you more than he loves me? Because how come you are enjoying life? How come God is doing so much good for you in your life? What about me? What about me, God? Why am I struggling? Why am I not enjoying life? And I opened up my chest and like all this anger and rage and just like, oh, how can you trust God? How can I trust God? And she didn't miss a beat. And she's like, I got a story for you. And she's like, trusting God is like this one guy. God said to him, you see that rock over there? Yeah, God, I see that rock. I want you to push on that rock. Okay, God, I trust you. I've got this. I'm going to push on this rock. And he goes and he's pushing on this rock. He's pushing and pushing and pushing. And after a while, his arms are getting sore. So then he starts leaning into the rock with all his body weight. Leaning into it and leaning and leaning and leaning. And just shoving into this rock. It's not moving. So he starts rotating. And he starts rotating through all the different muscle groups. Like as soon as something gets sore and tired, he rotates to another. And like 3 years go by and it hasn't budged. And by now, this guy's like, God, it's not moving. I feel like I'm beating my head against the rock. And God says to the guy, if I wanted that rock moved, I'd have moved it. But now look at you. Now you're built. Now you're ready for the real task. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Mother Mary. Thank you for Sakura being in my life, that she was there that night. Thanks for the story. Like, wow. That was sneaky, God. I didn't think I was going to cry, but holy smokes, that came out of nowhere. I don't know how well it's going to show up in camera. I have tears. My eyeballs are wet, even if you don't see anything. I'm like, wow. Oh, wow. Anyway, this story connects very well with the plane and time. Those would be in the descriptions. I'm sorry, like, give God your time.